Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to What's the Deal, your go-to channel for breaking down the latest trends and events shaping the sports world. Today, we're tackling a huge story that has baseball fans talking, the latest injury news on Shohei Ohtani. As many of you know, Ohtani has been an absolute game-changer in baseball, dominating both as a pitcher and hitter. But his recent injuries are bringing up big questions about his future, and fans everywhere are anxious to know if he'll ever return to his two-way status. In today's video, we're diving into Ohtani's journey up until now, his ongoing injury challenges, and what this means for his upcoming season with the Dodgers. We'll cover his recent shoulder injury, how it impacts his chances to pitch, and what it could mean for the future of one of baseball's most exciting players. So, if you're as curious about Ohtani's future as we are, stick around, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to What's the Deal for all the latest sports updates. Now, let's get into it. To understand Ohtani's situation, let's look back at his incredible career and the injuries that have complicated it. Since joining MLB in 2018, Ohtani quickly proved he wasn't just a great hitter or pitcher, he was both. By 2021, he'd become the first player since Babe Ruth to excel at both roles, making history with a season that included over 45 home runs, a 9-2 pitching record, and multiple MVP titles. But his unique career has come with unique challenges. In 2018, Ohtani had his first Tommy John surgery after a UCL tear, which sidelined his pitching for the entire 2019 season. He bounced back with a flexor tendon injury in 2020, but returned strong, regaining his two-way form in 2021 and 22. Unfortunately, during a dominant 2023, he re-injured his UCL and opted for surgery once again in September 2023, leaving many to wonder if he would ever pitch at his former level. And now, just as he joined the Dodgers and planned a full-time role as a designated hitter, Ohtani injured his shoulder, stealing second base during the World Series. This unexpected turn has baseball fans asking whether Ohtani will stay as a full-time DH or if he'll attempt a full recovery as a two-way player again. Ohtani's recent shoulder injury, sustained while stealing second in Game 2 of the World Series, is a frustrating turn after he already spent a season on the sidelines as a pitcher. Although details are still emerging, the injury poses an immediate question for Dodgers fans and baseball as a whole. Can Ohtani's body keep up with the intense demands of a two-way player, or is it time to focus on hitting to preserve his career longevity? This injury comes at a crucial moment for Ohtani, who is now playing in an environment where his pitching absence has been widely anticipated. The Dodgers were prepared for his pitching hiatus in 2024 due to his recent UCL surgery. But another injury, especially to his shoulder, complicates even his role as a designated hitter, an option fans and the Dodgers had hoped would allow Ohtani to remain a productive part of the lineup. While fans had high hopes for his impact in the postseason, his new injury puts his entire recovery and future role back in question. The Dodgers, who signed Ohtani partly for his batting prowess, must now evaluate the likelihood of him returning as a full two-way player or focusing solely on hitting to maximize his playing potential and avoid further wear and tear on his arm. And for Ohtani himself, this means rethinking the way he approaches his own career, potentially opting for preservation over versatility. Ohtani's latest injury has intensified the debate on whether he can remain a two-way player or if it's time to focus on a specialized role. For many, his UCL re-injury and now the shoulder setback are strong indicators that the physical demands of both pitching and hitting are too much to sustain. While he's shown a capacity to bounce back from injuries in the past, the cumulative toll on his arm raises concerns about the long-term viability of such a high-impact dual role. For the Dodgers, the stakes are high. They're banking on Ohtani's ability to anchor their lineup and contribute to their postseason hopes, even if only as a hitter. As Ohtani navigates his recovery, he faces a difficult decision. Continuing as a two-way player could make him a long-term injury risk, while transitioning to a full-time DH or occasional outfielder might extend his career and maintain his on-field impact. This turning point in Ohtani's career highlights a critical question for baseball itself. Can the league's most exciting two-way star redefine his role to adapt to his body's needs? Or is the modern game simply too demanding for this unique dual-position pursuit? Ohtani's current situation recalls similar cases in baseball, where two-way talent faced career-changing injuries. One of the most notable examples is Babe Ruth, who famously transitioned from a dominant pitcher with the Boston Red Sox to an all-time great hitter with the Yankees, minimizing pitching to preserve his bat's impact. Similarly, former Angels star Troy Percival began as a catcher before switching to pitching, showing that strategic adjustments can extend careers by focusing on a single role. More recently, pitcher-hitter Michael Lorenzen dabbled in both positions with the Cincinnati Reds, though his playing time as a hitter became limited as he focused more on pitching, preserving his career and effectiveness on the mound. These examples illustrate that transitioning to a specialized role can be a practical step in lengthening a career, especially when injuries arise. For Ohtani, opting to focus on hitting or even becoming a dedicated outfielder would likely reduce stress on his arm and mitigate further injury risks. Such a shift might also position him as a consistent lineup staple for the Dodgers without the physical demands that come with pitching. As both fans and analysts weigh in, many argue that preserving Ohtani's skill at the plate rather than risking further injury through pitching could be the best path forward. For the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani's injuries directly impact their lineup strategy and playoff aspirations. Initially brought in for his batting power, Ohtani was expected to anchor the lineup as a designated hitter, adding a potent left-handed bat to the roster. His recent shoulder injury, however, raises concerns about whether he'll be ready for a full 2024 season, as recovery and possible precautions may limit his availability. Losing Ohtani as a two-way player means the Dodgers miss out on a rotation ace who could also power the offense, a rare advantage that few teams have ever held. Even as a full-time DH, though, his presence could energize their offensive production, balancing the batting order with home run power and a high on-base percentage. Yet, should recovery setbacks arise, the Dodgers will need to look into other key hitters to fill the void, emphasizing depth and durability to drive their season forward. The Dodgers' strategic flexibility around Ohtani will determine if they can leverage his talents without over-relying on him during the healing process. This adaptability will be vital in ensuring his health remains intact while still keeping them competitive in the postseason race. As we wrap up, it's clear that Shohei Ohtani's recent injury has brought him to a career crossroads. While his potential as a two-way player is extraordinary, his injuries might make it necessary to choose a path focused primarily on hitting. For fans, it's bittersweet to consider him stepping back from pitching, but his value to the game and to the Dodgers could be best preserved with a careful, strategic approach. Whatever decision he makes, Ohtani's impact on baseball is already monumental, and we're all eager to see how he continues to shape the sport. Whether as a powerhouse DH or, eventually, a two-way player once again, his resilience will continue inspiring fans worldwide. So, what do you think? Should Ohtani focus on hitting or give the two-way role one more shot? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and stay tuned to What's the Deal for more deep dives into sports stories that matter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.